or no? Let's see. Can you guys see me? Okay, am I in the green? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? I think I always look confused. Okay, good. You guys can see me. Everybody can hear me. Okay, good, good, good. Happy Easter, everybody. Christ is risen. Christ is risen indeed, okay? For all the Christians out there. I hope you guys had a happy Easter. I hope everybody had, had a good time today. If y'all don't know, it's snowing. So it's kind of chilly in my house, so I got my hat on. It went from being 60 degrees yesterday. My neighbors were having a fire, like a fireworks war. I had posted on Instagram, and they were going back and forth shooting fireworks for like 40 minutes. And then today I just knew I was going to get up and grill and cook, only to open my balcony and there was snow, and it's still snowing right now. So it's crazy. I hope you guys are doing good. All right. So we have quite a bit of people in here. I'm gonna only be on for an hour. I wanted to come because it's been a few days. I just need to just take a break off of YouTube live stream and all that stuff. So I wanted to come on here and talk. I'm glad y'all are doing good. So let's go ahead and get it cracking, okay? We got about, oh damn, it jumped from 400 people to over 2,000. So, okay, we can definitely go ahead and get started. We got a super chat. Shout out to Calais Stevens. She says, Happy Easter. Love what you do. Keep doing it, hun. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the super chat. So last night before I went to bed, I had gotten word that Karrueche Tran, basically finally decided to speak on the whole situations with the Africans, because folks were sending her my video saying, look, now you was crying tattooed tears about the Chinese people and Asian people facing discrimination here in America, but it's really strange that you're quiet when it comes to what black people are facing in China. So I guess she got tired of folks constantly sending her my videos, folks in her comment section calling her out. So she decided to address it last night. But I noticed she didn't have the same energy, and that kind of bothered me a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys this. You like my outfit? I was like, shit, let me just throw on a damn hat. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what she wrote on Instagram. I'm going to show you the difference. Give me a moment here just to pull it up real quick. Do my screen capture. Okay, here we go. So give me a moment here. All right. So y'all can see that, right? So this is what she wrote. Let me slide this over a bit. All right. So after people went to her comment section, she wrote this. This is wrong. I know that all of us around the world are scared and confused, but treating each other like this is not the answer. Racism and bigotry towards any race or ethnic group is wrong and cannot be tolerated. Let's all remember that the only way the global community and our local communities will survive this is by all of us working together. And then she put a heart emoji, but you notice she used CNN's article, which I also find funny that after I started talking about it and other people, now the mainstream media is trying to jump on it. But this has been going on for a while. Now, when she spoke about the Chinese people, look at the difference in the energy. She wrote, xenophobia is not okay. To target and discriminate Asians is wrong. I mean, big ass words, honey. Super bold lettering. There are Asians afraid to leave their homes. There are people who have already been hurt. I know y'all seen the video of that older Asian man. Angry face emoji. Her. The coronavirus is not the Chinese virus. Let's stop instilling more fear and hate. The world is struggling enough as it is. Please stop this. Girl, shut the fuck up. Shut your ass up. Like I didn't feel the same energy. I didn't feel the same sincerity. And then what was so funny, somebody pointed out on her Instagram when she posted about the Chinese people and the Chinese virus, and I'm gonna keep calling it the Chinese Wuhan virus with my whole chest because damn it, that's where the hell it damn started. Okay, that don't make you racist or xenophobic to basically call out where the damn virus started. Nobody says when you call the Ebola virus, which still to this day has not received a scientific name, no one calls that racist. Okay, so if people want to call it the Chinese virus, they have every right to. That that is stating a fact. That's not xenophobia or racism or discrimination. So get that right. Now, what I found really funny is that she was so angry when it came to her Asian hair. Because remember, she's half Asian. But like I told y'all before, phenotypically, I don't see a black woman. I see a full Asian woman. She looks Asian to me. Her features, everything. So I think she sees herself more as an Asian woman because phenotypically, she looks more Asian. Let's just keep that real. But I just feel like she had way more energy when it came to defending the Asian community than she did the black community. Like, to me, when I read what she wrote, she basically all lives mattered the situation. She didn't say, leave the Africans alone. Why are you Asians doing this to the Africans in your country? It ain't white folks in China doing that to the Africans and putting them out. It's not the Middle Easterns, it's the Asians. So why are you not holding the Chinese people there in China? Why are you not holding their feet to the fire the same way you were trying to hold all the other race of people's feet to the fire when it came to so-called Asian discrimination in America? I didn't feel that same energy. And then what was so funny is that when she spoke about, the stuff that the Asian people were going through, she left that post up for a whole day. She didn't post nothing else after it. So she had that up for a whole day. She wanted folks to know how she felt. With the black people, with the black post that she made last night, within 2 hours, she made a post after that promoting her new show. So that lets you know she's full of crap because when she talked about the Asians, she let that post by itself up there for a full 24 hours before she posted anything else. With the one about black folks, y'all go on her damn Instagram if you think I'm lying. With the one about black folks, within 2 hours, she was promoting the new season of her show. So I feel like she really only put that up to try and, quell the fires because people was going at her on social media and dragging her, because she wanted to be so vocal in one instance, but then not vocal in another. But again, I'm not surprised. This is the same woman who went and was talking shit about Blue Ivy's hair. Can people not hear me? Hold on. People are saying there's a feedback. Hold up. Let me turn on the speaker. Is that better? Okay, the audio's fine. Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, good. Because I don't want the mic, because I had to play some clips for you, so I don't want there being a bunch of feedback between the mic and the speaker. Because I think last time when I played the audio through the MacBook, it wasn't as loud, so I'm going to play the audio through the speaker, and I don't want the feed to hit each other. Okay, as long as you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I just felt like it wasn't the same energy. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, if you're going to speak on a topic, you need to have the same energy. You need to hold people to the same accountability. Because like I said, was it wrong for people to attack that Asian man and to, say racist things towards Asians? Absolutely. That's not okay. Okay? And she said that. But then when it came to the Africans, it's like, oh, we all need to treat each other better. Oh, we're all scared. Oh, we're all going through stuff. No. Stick to the topic at hand. You saying that everybody's scared and going through shit, stick to the topic at hand. The topic of the damn, CNN post that you chose to post on Instagram says Africans are being kicked out of their homes due to COVID-19 fears. That was the topic. So don't go all trying to all lives matter this situation. The topic at hand is Africans who paid rent, who've been staying in their homes for months and years at a time, being booted out because of racism and xenophobia, by people there in China. So I think she should have kept it real instead of trying to sit there and switch it up. Thank you, Bree Nicole, for the super chat. Let me go back down in here. I think I missed some of the super chats. Okay, I turned up the volume. Thank you, Crystal Nicole. Selena Gordon says, Karrueche, Lord, is quite a church mouse and needed to keep the same damn energy. I'm sick of her. CCK says, hey, honey, I've been watching you since 2010, and you're like a big sister to me. Thank you so much, and thanks to the super chat. Let's see here. Taylor McKinney sent 5. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then 410 October says, much love from Cameroon T. Shout out to Cameroon is in the house. And then Cleopatra Myers sending love from Canada. Please stay safe, tea sippers. Thank you. Shout out to Canada. Canada's in the house. So we have quite a few people in here tonight. Right now we have over 6,000 people in here. But yeah, I definitely wanted to, address that. Like I wasn't feeling that. And then, like I said, the fact that like not even a few hours later, she ran to go post about her new show. Just, it just made it really suspicious. It didn't come off as genuine. I don't feel like she had the same energy. And I've seen some people saying, well, why should she have the same energy? She's not even Chinese. She's Vietnamese. It's 2 different countries. I don't give a damn. It's still Asia. She chose to be the damn spokesperson for the whole Asian community. So people have the right to call her out. Like, okay, well, since nobody asked her to be the spokesperson for Asia or the Asian community. So since she decided to put that on her shoulders, people have the right to call her out when they feel like she's not keeping the same energy. Especially being that she's biracial. Okay? So I found that very, very funny. Welcome new member, Kiara Hicks. Thank you for joining the membership. Magnetic Source says, love you and your work, tea sipper for life. I know that's right. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us this evening. So yeah, it's been a lot of like just very interesting things with a lot of these celebrities. And one thing I've noticed, keep playing, Barbs. They're gonna boot your ass out of here. They're in here deep with the unicorns. But one thing I've noticed with a lot of these celebrities that this whole coronavirus situation is exposing a lot of stuff, okay? Now, these were the same celebrities running around, showing off bags, showing off purses, talking about, they're up here, you're down here, you know what I mean? And it's funny now how a lot of people have had to humble themselves. Because it was okay when it was just the regular people being laid off of work. Not saying it was okay, but a lot of them, it really didn't hit home. When it was like your average pizza worker or your average restaurant person having to shut down because of the virus. But now that Hollywood has shut down and, Broadway and, a lot of these institutions, even the nightlife. Remember, a lot of them nightlife girls, they be the main ones on Instagram flossing, and I'm a bottle service girl, and I got a sexy job, and I make $1,000 a night, and y'all bitches gotta go work at KFC. I mean, I just be on Instagram sipping, honey. And I noticed before this coronavirus, a lot of folks were really cocky. Looked down at other people for working a regular 9 to 5. Made it feel like because they were working here or, they chose to do whatever, they were somehow better. But now the coronavirus has proven to be the great equalizer because all they asses are out of work too. Okay? And so now what you find is, arrogant people like blacchyna, who for many years would talk down to people and talk about how she was all this and that and how she had this and that. Kicked her best friend Treasure out the house, swerping down. Everybody was trying to use her for her fame and her money and her status. But it was getting bad for her before the damn coronavirus. Because remember, TMZ ran a story where she couldn't even book no club appearances. They told her flat out, the most we'll pay you to come into our club is $2,000. She wanted $10,000. They said your stock ain't worth $10,000 no more. So she was already losing a lot of value with her brand. Well, now, as of last night, let me go ahead and show y'all this. Her ass done took to Instagram to let the whole world know that basically she will follow you for $250. She will follow you if you pay her $250, and then she even has an installment plan. She says that you can do 4 interest-free payments of $62.50. And then on top of that, she's also willing to do private live streams with people, like FaceTimes, with folks for $900. So when I tell you the mighty has fallen with a lot of people. When you got to sit there and charge people money for you to follow them back, That is just crazy. So you mean to tell me that you want people to spend money they could be using towards their bills, their groceries, to give to you for a simple follow? You're not shouting out their company. You're not shouting out, whatever they might be trying to sell. You're not even introducing them to your followers. You're just quietly following them for $250. So it's gotten that bad. And then you notice a lot of these celebrities, the same ones who walk around with their nose in the air, they're all selling damn NutriBurst and CBD. Every last one of them, they want you to join their pyramid scheme. Join my NutriBurst team. We can all sell NutriBurst. NutriBurst costs $50. Join my team. Well, damn, if I join your team, then what about this celebrity? Like, everybody got a team selling NutriBurst. And that was supposed to be for regular people. Am I right or wrong? Because before the corona, it was just regular, single mothers, fathers trying to make extra income. Now I'm seeing celebrities selling CBD and NutriBurst. Y'all are over there cracking up. Payment plans. I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a damn. I mean, it's the truth. That's why I always tell people. The same ones you see on your way up will be the same ones you see on your way down, especially if you're not humble and if you're arrogant and if you feel like your material possessions make you who you are. Because I noticed a lot, they ain't been flossing. They ain't been talking that Givenchy shit, that Versace shit. They've been quiet as hell in regular damn Fashion Nova cat suits, sitting in their living room trying to do live streams and shit and not making a dime off of Instagram. Because there's no more parties. There's really no promotion. So, like, that's how you can tell a lot of them are going crazy right now. They're bored. I mean, you got some who got money. Don't get me wrong. LeBron James is not hurting. But LeBron James also don't sit online bragging about his wealth like that either. It's usually the Z-listers, the, reality TV stars who do that bullshit. Look, y'all are laughing. Yeah, I seen a few wearing little cat suits trying to go live and shit. The one girl said, what you got on, show us your outfit. Because we just thought it was like, cute little bra and a sheer top. She done got up. She got on a sheer cat suit. Panties and all. I said, y'all bitches is desperate for some damn attention. Everybody, what's that new site they're all running to try and get some money? OnlyFans? Oh, they're all running over there. They're all running to YouTube too, trying to start YouTube channels and podcasts. The whole situation is I'm just like, it's comical to me. Because again, when it was regular folks out of work and struggling, it wasn't taken as a big deal. But now that their income has subsided too, now it's like, okay, shit, I got to find something to maintain this lifestyle. Yeah, OnlyFans, that's what it's called. Yeah, there's a few of them sites. They're all running there. And these were sites that were meant for just regular, schmegular people. And now all the celebrities are running there because they have no income coming in like that. Queen Bee sent a message. She says, Karrueche Tran. Y'all are going in on Karrueche. She says, Karrueche Tran told Blue Ivy to comb her hair and is really trying to talk to us like she's the Asian Rosa Parks. Fuck out of here. Ooh, I know that's right. She did. Thank you so much for the super chat. And that's why I can't take her seriously, because that whole Blue Ivy thing never sat well with me. It was never okay for them to even insinuate or put that joke out there. And then people try to make excuses. Oh, well, the producer wrote it. She just read what was on the card. I don't care. You're a grown adult. You're not 12. You're not 13. And both her and the producer deserve to be dealt with because it was not okay. Hence why they ended the show. Let's see here. Anime Vibe says, well, Karrueche does look more co-Asian, which is now called Asian phenotype, but it's really an African phenotype. But you spoke facts, Lovely T. She didn't keep that same energy. I think the co-Asian, those are people in South Africa, right? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Shasha8684 says, thank you for all you do, Leo gang. Be safe. Thank you, Leo team. Gang, gang. You know, all the Leos, we nervous, honey. We're paying close attention because I feel bad for all the people whose birthdays are in March and April, possibly May, especially April, because y'all can't do nothing. Y'all can't really go nowhere. So we're watching y'all close because we're all hoping that this damn coronavirus don't affect Leo season. You know we don't play. We start celebrating Leo season the last week of June. We kick all them damn cancers out the way, and we get prepared for our season to come. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting this year. Kia 1341 says, finally caught alive. Love you, T. Please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Got so many messages. Tanya Lee says, thank you for being you. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for the super chat. Standalone 865 says, hey, T, when those celebrities sit up on their high horse and look down on us regular folks, God will humble them in a minute. Exactly. And let me be clear. It's not every celebrity, of course. Y'all know the ones who do it. So it's definitely not every celebrity. And like I've always told y'all, to me, the celebrities that always end up being like the most cool, the most humble, that will shock you, is usually like the big A-list celebrities. The ones who got all types of awards, whose names ring bells throughout the world. Them tend to be the most humble. It's usually the Z-list, love and hip-hop, struggle celebrities that have like the nastiest, funniest attitudes. And I've watched this girl in real life treat people like trash. So I don't feel bad for her that she's sitting out here, having to beg, for $250 for followers and stuff like that. So I don't feel bad for her at all. Diva View says, back to the pole you go. Hey, back to the pole you go. Hey, y'all remember that remix? It's the truth. They're going to have to start stripping on OnlyFans because the strip clubs are shut down too. Y'all remember that when that dude did that whole remix to Back to the Pole You Go? That shit was funny as hell. So we got we got 8,539 people in here. Welcome. Thank y'all for joining my live stream. Appreciate it on this good Sunday. Bronze Pearl says, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, sis. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we done talked about the damn celebrities. Now I want to get into some stuff, okay? So, there's a lot of controversy if y'all don't know. Now, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully it don't be a bunch of, technical bullshit with YouTube. Because, when we start talking about real stuff, then here come all these issues and all these glitches. So, today I was on Twitter. And I'm noticing there's a lot of conversation going on social media with the nurses and with some of the footage that we're seeing, right? So there's like a whole hashtag called Film Your Hospital, Empty Hospitals, and basically a lot of people all over the world now, it's become a global hashtag. They're going around and they're filming their hospitals. And what they're saying is that a majority of hospitals are not filled the way that the news is reporting it. There's not these long lines. Even some nurses and doctors in states that are not like, hot button states like New York, Detroit, Chicago are saying that there's not a lot of activity at their hospitals. But the way that the news is spinning it, they're making it seem like it's just so much activity. So now a lot of people are starting to ask, well, what is going on? Because we're noticing that we're starting to see more and more dance videos from hospitals. And so now people are giving this shit the side eye, like, why are there so many nurses in different hospitals around the country, even globally, and they're making TikTok videos, they're twerking in the waiting room, they're in the how they put their stuff up like in a little locker room area we could change and stuff. Like, they're just doing a bit too. Have y'all been seeing these nurse dancing videos? Or am I the only loser who even knows about this shit? Because y'all know I research every damn thing. Have y'all seen them? They're like twerking, and I'm going to show y'all some videos, honey. Now, some of the video I had to change the audio on one of them just because, I want it to play and I don't want YouTube to be on that bullshit. But yeah, I'm going to show y'all. But it's okay, so y'all have been noticing that? Like, they're on TikTok. Now, don't get me wrong. Nurses and doctors are humans just like we're humans, okay? So I'm not saying they can't have fun. I'm not saying they can't TikTok. But this isn't after work in the parking lot necessarily. This isn't like a nurse at home in their scrubs trying to dance. These are like literally nurses and doctors doing like conga lines and, doing all types of dances in the middle of this pandemic. I'm like, so why y'all over here two-stepping? Are the patients okay? Cause I'm sure somebody didn't hit the damn button. Y'all over here dancing and you know, it's just weird. And it's happening more and more. So people are starting to call this shit out. Like y'all are doing way too much. Go say some damn lies. It's insane. It's like getting really crazy. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys some of these videos. I mean, the fact that I could even edit this into a 1-minute clip lets you know that's how many videos are floating around of doctors and nurses dancing. And people feel like, okay, well, what is really going on? So let me show you guys this really quick. Give me a second to play it. Big, big booty, what you got a big booty. Big, big booty, what you got a big booty. Big, big booty, what you got a big booty. Okay, you guys. So once again, I'm not knocking nurses. They're human beings just like us. But it's starting to be a bit much because I'm like, the news is saying one thing, but y'all on social media having a good old funky time. I mean, I don't recall like the 9/11 firefighters and police officers two-stepping at the damn 9/11, site when they were working. So I'm kind of confused. I mean, have y'all's fun, but it's kind of strange that it's so. And then when they had the things in their butt, what was in their ass? Like, what are y'all doing? I'm like, what the hell is going on? They're in the patient's beds. They're just, I don't know. I'm seeing way too many videos now. Now the first, the first videos was cute, but now it's like it's starting to be a bit much. It's starting to be a bit much. It's starting to be a lot. Let me see here. We got a bunch of super chats here. Give me just a second. Okay. Nana Nia says, you deserve everything. Thank you for fact checking and the research to spread the news. I know you never shout out your tea line, but I want to stop and make sure and make it about you. Shop with Lovely Tea, everybody. Thank you so much. And yes, you can find my teas on Amazon or lovelytea.net. So thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, Miss Luscious sent $99.99. Thank you so much for the super chat, Miss Luscious. She says, hey, thank you for all that you do. I've been legally blind for 11 years. You keep me up on the latest updates. Thank you again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is awesome. Thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry to hear about you being legally blind, but I'm glad that, my news and everything I do on social media keeps you up to date. That definitely means a lot to me. And I will continue putting the news out there for you and other people as well. So thank you so much. So let's see here. Greg L says, I'm a RN and there isn't any activity. Majority of nurses have been called off. It's like a ghost town at the hospital. Keep doing your UT. Love the content. Thank you so much for that message. GGLL. I think I called you Greg. Sorry. GGLL. And that's what I'm starting to hear from nurses in other cities. That I'm starting to see that on social media, that they're saying, like, if they're not in that hot zone, like New York or Detroit or Louisiana, they're not seeing a lot of activity. So being that there's not a lot of activity going on in so many hospitals, why aren't there enough ventilators? Because if you're at your hospital and you're not seeing any activity, those ventilators could be sent to New York and to New Orleans. So it's just starting to look just really, really crazy with all the information, you know, what the news is putting out there versus what people in the real world are saying. Dorian Brooks, he says, this all looks fake as hell. I think they're getting paid to do this as a means of damage control because this don't look right at all. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, it definitely looks suspicious. V Star says, I wouldn't even be in the mood to twerk at the hospital with everything going on. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people are just not understanding. That's why these videos were going viral today on Easter. Like, okay, I'm confused. What is going on here? Because it was just so many doctors and nurses twerking on this good Easter Sunday. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, these were just today's crop. You know, I mean, but I've been seeing videos like throughout the week. But today they was just like, Christ is risen indeed. We about to dance. I don't know. I was just confused by how many of them was just showing up on social media today. Queen Bee says, I live in Michigan, and today I saw an ad from the governor telling us not to wear a medical mask and leave them for the med professionals and just wear cloth masks. You've been right all along. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's ridiculous, all the misinformation that was initially put out there versus now them trying to backtrack. Yes, I was watching the news, and I just found it really funny. They were doing an interview, and the newswoman had on a mask, you know, like a medical mask, and then she was standing 6 feet from the person, you know, trying to, you know, show social distancing. But I just find it funny now that the mainstream media now, they're going out when they're interviewing people, now they have on masks. But this is the same media that was shaming people for months and months about regular people wearing masks. So it's crazy. Adisa says, hey T, just wanted to stop by and say thank you. You've been helping me with my anxiety throughout all this. We appreciate all the hard work. It's not easy to put out, and it's not easy to put out consistent and quality content. You be safe out there. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for the super chat, and I definitely will. So thank you. Let's see here. Life with Amanda says, love you, T. Keep us informed. Me and my sister are loyal tea sippers. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Too Blessed says, my friend Teresa and I have been watching you for years. Thank you for the updates and the posts. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. So, you know, like I said, that is one of the issues that people are having with this whole nurse situation, like with them on the news saying one thing. And we're not saying these are the same nurses, of course. But then you have a whole nother section of the hospital system where they're just dancing and they're just doing a bit much. And so people are just not feeling this. They're saying it just seems very, very weird. And like I said, yes, they're humans. There's nothing wrong with being on TikTok. Hell, I make TikTok videos. But I'm also not saving a potential person who might be dying either in the next room. So it's just kind of really strange, you know, like just the way they're carrying on. I don't know. So now, so I've been on here already for 33 minutes. I want to go ahead and hit this up. One thing about this virus, I'll say, and I'm starting to question a lot of things as well. One thing I've noticed with this virus is that it's ushering in a lot of stuff. A lot of things to me, like, I mean, I'm not 80 or some shit, but I've been on Earth long enough to know that, damn it, when other viruses have appeared, it didn't usher in this much bullshit. I didn't see all this stuff being ushered in when Ebola was spreading all over Africa. I didn't see all this stuff, you know, ushering in when MERS and SARS and all that stuff was spreading. So it's very strange, all the stuff that's starting to spread. So let's go ahead and talk about this. If you guys don't know, Universal Basic Income, aka UBI, if you guys have not heard about this, presidential hopeful Andrew Yang, he was really big on the whole Universal Basic Income. Now, I've been hearing about that for years, that eventually they want to make it where it's just all one system. You don't have to worry about, you know, working or, you know, trying to climb the corporate ladder. You know, they'll still have people work regular jobs that are needed, like, you know, doctors and nurses. But for the most part, for the regular society, they want people to focus on universal basic income. And that to me is really, really disturbing that this virus is now ushering that in. Now, let me read this really quick. Spain is the first nation. That's what I had reported on the other day. Spain is the first nation in the world to now start the process of universal basic income. Now, I know a lot of y'all might think that this is cool. So that way, when things like this happen, we'll all still have money coming in. But maybe if I was like 18, 19, I would think something like this was cool, especially since I didn't have a lot of money back then. But once you got into a certain point and you've worked hard in your life, I don't care if it's corporate, if it's management, or you might just have a regular job where you just make, decent money, maybe, driving the bus or you're a pilot, just things like that. You really don't want to go down the whole universal basic income route. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, what's the point? We live in a very capitalistic society. Thank you, Hudson River. To me, it's no different than communism. She just says it's called communism, and that's how I'm looking at that. Like, it's just communism. But they're trying to spin it in a way like, okay, if we make it where everybody has one income, you guys won't have to worry about things like this. Blacchyna won't have to be on Instagram selling follows for $250. You ain't got to have a mom on Instagram putting damn fireworks in her coochie for damn cash apps. That's how they're trying to spin it. But like you said, it's nothing more than controlling communism. I'm not feeling it. This virus is ushering in a lot of stuff, and it's not sitting well with my spirit. This went from an illness, okay, that people could catch, a respiratory illness that you could catch and possibly die, to all this stuff. And I had to ask myself, why is that? It does not make any sense to me. How do we go from trying to fight a virus and self-quarantining to now universal basic income is being proposed in Spain and they're running with it, and other countries are now looking at possible universal basic income as well. So let me read some of these comments here. And I'm sorry if I'm missing some of y'all super chats. We have close to 9,000 people in here, so welcome you guys. Damari Johnson says, did you see the video of Lizzo twerking on live for Diddy and his kids? He shut her down, telling her it's Easter Sunday and has some respect. I didn't see it. I'm over her and her funny looking shaped ass. I'm over Lizzo. I didn't see it. I'll watch it when I get a chance. She just be doing too much for attention. At this point, she's more known for her cellulite ass than her damn music. Let's see here. Kiera Robb. Yeah, I said it. Y'all know y'all done peeped that shit too. Kiera Rob 25 says, I'm a medical office assistant and it's dead at our office in southern Indiana. Okay, wow. Thank you so much for the super chat. And like I said, more and more people are reporting that. Life with Amanda. Okay, I already read that one. Let's see here. Chalia 113, thank you for the super chat, sis. A Lamb sends 10,000, I think, in Chinese money. Y'all know I just be seeing weird symbols. I don't know. I think everything is Chinese money. But thank you, A Lamb. She says, our Lord and Savior resurrected today, 15 years ago, with the emancipation of Mimi. Love you, T. I've been watching you since that Butler video. Keep doing what you're doing. Be safe, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I love The Emancipation of Mimi, one of the best albums ever. Miss Mariah. Miss Day All Day says, your professionalism and content is unmatched. Love, light, and laughter from Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Thank you. And welcome new member, Latea L. So yeah, I found that very, it's Korean won. Oh, okay, I be thinking everything is Chinese, honey. It's Korean won. Thank you for the Korean won. Julia says, T, how do you feel about Bernie dropping out? By the way, I'm 17 years old. I'm a tea sipper. Been watching you since the summer. Love you, T. Love you too. I was disappointed at first, but I'm not shocked. He just didn't have the support. He didn't have the support or the money that he needed. I'm not shocked. I mean, at this point, I'm not impressed by Joe Biden, sorry. I'm not impressed by him either. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to suck if Trump gets in there again. But he doesn't really have anybody good running against him that makes us hopeful. Joe Biden don't know if he's coming or going. I can't take him seriously. Cup of chocolate chips says, love you, T, love you too. Thank you for the super chat. So let's see here. So we're talking about the universal basic income. Okay, so this is another thing I want to hit on. Another thing that's being ushered in. There's a new word that I'm noticing. I haven't posted it on Instagram yet. I was going to, but we'll just throw it on live. The media is now coining a new word, and I want you guys to pay close attention. And it seems like this word is being attached to more urban people in urban areas like Chicago. If y'all don't know, in Chicago, they're basically, they haven't outed him because they haven't said his name, but he's being considered a super spreader. Now, what does that remind y'all of? Remember the Central Park 5? How they were calling those boys super predators? Well, there's a new term now that I'm starting to hear in the media. I've been hearing this over the past 3 days. Super spreader. This person is a super spreader. This person is not self-quarantining. They're not taking this seriously. They're super spreaders. They done infected 16 other people. Yes, it's a new word. Okay, so Sweet Caramel, you've heard that? Okay, good. So it's a new term that they're using called super spreader. Now, I've only heard this attached to folks in Chicago. So that kind of didn't sit well with me when I was seeing that term, because the way that they spoke about it in the news, it's like, well, did this person actually know that they had the virus and they just didn't care and they were spreading it? I don't know. But I want you guys to go ahead and watch this clip. I'm going to show it to you guys here on my display capture. So give me just a moment. I want y'all to watch this. And I'm going to show you guys what this is actually ushering in. So give me just a moment to set this up here. Is this the right one? Yeah, okay.
According to the report, this person who had COVID-19 did not know they had COVID-19. They say that the interactions also happened before the stay-at-home order. But this report really just striking to the core of why staying home really can save lives. You've heard it for weeks.
If we don't maintain the social distancing we need, we will lose ground.
The reason? It works. The CDC breaking down the spread of COVID-19 in a Chicago case study this week. A cluster of 16 COVID-19 infections resulting in 3 deaths.
I'm sorry,
it started
I just hit
with
the
a funeral.
Screen.
One infected person eating with a family for several hours the night before, then hugging family members of the deceased the day of the funeral, 4 of whom became infected with COVID-19. More than a week later, one of the 4 infected was hospitalized and later died. 3 days after the funeral, the original infected person went to a birthday party, embracing and sharing food with others. By a week later, 7 of the party attendees developed COVID-19 symptoms. 2 of those people were hospitalized and later died. A family member and health professional providing care to one of the sick patients also started showing signs of infection and spread it to another household contact. 3 symptomatic people from the birthday party attended a church gathering where someone else was infected after sitting near them and passing the offering plate. That's why Northwestern pulmonologist Dr. Kalila Gates says social distancing at life events like funerals and birthdays is so vitally important.
Please, please, please keep up the social distancing. It's working. It's showing that it's working. The study shows that it's working.
And Dr. Gates also says that after that stay-at-home order was issued, they saw the infections in this case drop off completely. And it just proves that you can make a difference by staying home. Reporting live downtown, Mark Rivera, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC 7.
Okay, y'all, hold on just a moment. Could y'all hear that at all? Because my stuff is slow on my end. Did y'all hear any of that? Okay, you guys did. Okay, good. I don't know why I couldn't hear it on my end. Okay, good. Okay, for some reason I could not hear it on my end, but it's crazy because when I tested it out, I could hear it on my end before I went live. I could hear it just like y'all could hear it, but on my end, I couldn't hear anything. So that's why I was confused. But as long as you guys heard it, that's all that matters. But so I'm talking about the super spreader situation to say this. I bring that up for a reason. And it's really disturbing that they're talking about, you know, people being super spreaders, and the people who are being the super spreaders seem to be the people in the urban community, right? So what's going to happen, and I want you guys to look up this word and research if you don't believe me, but it's the whole super spreader thing that they're talking about is going to usher in something else. And we talked about this the other day on Instagram. It's going to bring in contact tracing. Okay? Now, we talked about it last week, actually. And initially, contact tracing, I believe they started in South Korea. I know they do it in South Korea. They also do it in China as well. And that is where your cell phone company monitors you and everybody that you come in contact with. So let's say me and 3 people go to lunch. And then one of the people, they start feeling sick a few days later. They go to the hospital, and the hospital says, oh, you have COVID-19. Then what they do is they pull up that person's data, and they find out who every person that person came in contact with. Because why? That person is a super spreader unbeknownst to them. So then they're going to go and contact me, the people who are at lunch with her. If she stopped by any malls and you walked past her at the mall, if she was at church, if she went to a funeral. So that's what this is ushering in, which is going to be contact tracing. And the scary part about contact tracing, don't believe the hype, okay? Google and Apple are merging together. When have you ever seen Android and Apple merge together to do anything? They've been rivals from day one. Y'all know I'm team Android when it comes to the phones. Okay? I know most of y'all are damn team iPhone. But the point is, I find it very funny that Google and Apple are merging together to do this contact tracing. And the way they're trying to spin it, you guys, is that they're trying to make it look like, oh, it's just something that you can opt into. That's how they're trying to spin it. That it's something that you can opt into. And if you don't want to opt into it, then you're fine. I'm not buying that. Eventually, it's going to be part of your phone system. It's going to, you know how like your phone has those default apps, no matter how hard you try, they won't allow you to delete them. I believe that the contact tracing app that's being rolled out will be a part of the default. It'll be a part of the default system where you cannot delete it. You can't move it. You can't do anything with it. It's going to come pre-implanted into your phone. And I also believe that that is why they're pushing so hard to put out those 5G towers. They are rolling 5G out all over the world. I was seeing videos of people in Nigeria confronting people who are installing 5G. And they're saying, we barely even have food here. We barely can even work. We're going through so much, you know, just turmoil in the country. And you guys have the nerve to be putting up 5G? That money that you guys are using for 5G could be used for the people. So you got to ask yourself, why are they so in a rush to install 5G globally? It's not just an American thing. In certain countries, they're so mad about it that they're burning down 5G towers. So that's something you have to ask yourself. To me, why they're ushering in this whole 5G network, they're doing it because they're trying to do global surveillance via your phone. And I know it might sound crazy to some of y'all, not that I care. This is how I feel. You ain't got to agree. But I feel like that is why they're going out their way to rush to install 5G globally. A lot of countries now are being globally implanted with the 5G network and the 5G towers. And I believe that they're doing that so that way they can follow you globally. Because think about it. Okay, fine. You live in your little town, Chicago. You happen to be a super spreader, quote unquote, and you're infecting people in Chicago. But what happens if you decide to go to Jamaica on vacation? Well, those people may not have the app, right? There's no 5G in Jamaica, right? Wrong. That's why I said I feel like that app is going to be part of the new phone system. When the new phones roll out, that contact tracing app will be a default app in each and everybody's phone. And that same 5G that's going to be able to keep track of you in Chicago will be able to keep track of people in Jamaica and the Bahamas and in Africa. So that way they can tell people globally if they were in contact with somebody who has this new novel coronavirus. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Man, my tin hat is tingling. Now this hat is damn wool, but I don't give a damn, it's tingling. Y'all get what I'm saying though? Okay, good. I'm glad y'all get what I'm saying. Because I know I can get kind of like besides myself, but I really feel like that's what they're doing. Especially with the contact tracing. The contact tracing makes me very nervous because, again, it's taking more of your civil liberties away. Because, again, yes, they're going to spin it like, oh, well, now you'll know in advance if you come into contact with somebody who has a virus, and you can get to the doctors, and hopefully they're not dancing, they can actually care for you, and you'll know more in advance. But, again, how much security do we have to give up? Are you going to follow us and know our where we go everywhere? That's the part that's just kind of creepy. And it's not about having something to hide. I hate when people be like, well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, they should just be able to follow you. I don't have shit to hide. But it's just the point. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm constantly being monitored. And especially, like I said, I didn't grow up in this generation of technology. We grew up in the 80s and 90s where when we wanted to get missing, we were missing. And that was it. You couldn't find us the whole damn day. But now it's like all these little tracking devices and, it's just weird. It's just really, really weird. Thank you, Doria. Doria Dorsa. I totally butchered that. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. She said, thanks for being you. Soldier Rob, Comical, SOD Money Gang. I remember the SOD Money Gang. That is so old school. He says, lovely T, I want to thank you. I want to say, love the content. I tag you on IG a lot with my 81K followers. Allah, keep striving for greatness. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Christy Thomas says, awesome job, T. If they don't automatically opt you into contract tracing, you'll start seeing that they'll add it into the agreements of services. Exactly. If you don't agree, you can't use the product. Yep. I definitely agree with that. I can see them putting that in the TOS, to make people, be a part of this. Because again, how they're trying to spin it is, this is a global pandemic. Thousands of people are dying and losing their lives needlessly. And in order for you to help that fight, you need to opt into this. You need to be a part of this. So let me go ahead and show you guys the video on contact tracing here with the whole Google and Apple merging together. So give me just a moment. I want to make sure I have that up here. And hopefully you guys will be able to hear this.
Two of the biggest tech companies in the world are teaming up to track coronavirus cases. Can Google and Apple help flatten the curve? That is your big story at 11 this Friday on ABC 7. I'm Jeff Butera.
Hi, everyone. I'm Krista Fogelsong. Health officials say they'll use your data, but will it be safe from a security standpoint? ABC 7's Jeff Harris is getting us more on how the app would actually work.
What is for certain is that you would be notified if somebody that you came in contact with self-documented as having COVID-19.
Tech giants, Google and Apple, announcing a partnership earlier today to help fight the coronavirus pandemic. It's an optional app anyone with an iPhone or Android can download.
They would submit in the application that they tested positive for COVID-19.
According to Apple, the app is being designed in collaboration with the government and public health officials, allowing every user to inform the app if they test positive for COVID-19.
That way, if that person later on self-documents that they get COVID-19, then you'll get a notification that you came in contact with that person and vice versa.
The app will then notify any person with the app who has been in close proximity to the COVID-19 positive case within the last 2 weeks, letting them know someone they were around tested positive.
I think this is meant to be an application that's supposed to aid public health workers and also aid the general public in understanding, did they come in contact with somebody who has COVID-19?
There are some things to consider before downloading the app. One big concern, privacy and security.
Just like what we saw with the Zoom platform, is once people start using software at a large scale is when security vulnerabilities are discovered.
Also, an app with millions of users attracts a lot of attention.
When 100 million people are using it, all of a sudden there's a lot of value in being able to hack into this application and use it to gain access to somebody's device.
Jeff Harris, ABC 7.
The app is expected to hit the market sometime next month.
Okay, you guys, I'm back. And I hope you guys heard that. Because like I said, I can't hear anything, unfortunately. Okay, so you guys did hear it. Yeah, so it's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Thank you, Tiffany, for the $4.99. I appreciate it. So again, you know, we got close to 10,000 people in here. It's not to fearmonger. I don't know how many times I have to say that. But it's just it's to make you guys aware of what's coming down the pipeline. And this is some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Contact tracing it's surveillance. That's what it is. And it's going to be implemented globally. And it started in South Korea. They perfected it. China has also perfected it. And now it's going to start creeping into the U.S. JJ Jersey Girl says, how can you be called a super spreader in the U.S. when most U.S. citizens can't even get tested? I believe most people have the Rona. How about those parents who don't vaccinate their children? Exactly, and that's what was so confusing to me about the news thing. It's like they're making it seem like that person, you know, were they tested? You know, when did they find out? And if they're not being told proper information and they're still trying to just live their normal everyday life, because again, we got to realize a lot of the info that's been coming about the coronavirus, they'll say one thing one day and then by like Wednesday, it's a whole nother thing. So there's so much misinformation. There's so much information overload that many people are just like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. Like, I just can't take it anymore. I'm about to just go do me, go out, take a break from all this. And that's what's happening. So that doesn't, I mean, I don't want to start coining people names like super spreader. When many in the medical community and many, you know, the politicians, they don't even understand the whole breakdown of the virus, let alone a regular person who's just being told to self-quarantine at home. So yeah, the whole situation is just really, it's just amazing, you know, just how much everything has changed in our lives in less than 2 months. You know, since January, you know, when we first got like, you know, official word about everything happening. And then in February, people were supposed to be preparing. The U.S. dropped the ball on that. They didn't prepare anything. And then you have in March where everything just starts shutting down. Wall Street, jobs, everything. And so now they're speaking on, okay, well, what can we do? Are we able to let people go back to work? Do we still hold people off from going to work? You know, this whole curve, this big curve is supposedly coming this week. So I don't know. It's a double-edged sword like we talked about in previous live streams. You know, do you risk people going to work and resuming their daily lives? Or are you trying to protect their health and keep them from, you know, catching this virus? So it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. Yeah, a lot of people are being, you know, told to stay home and people are tired of it. You know, people are getting bored. People are getting depressed. You know, they can't see their parents. They can't see their kids. I mean, this has changed the entire fabric of society as we know it. And a lot of people are very, very frustrated with the whole situation. Brian M. sends a super chat. He says, hey, T, love the channel. Been a tea sipper for 6 years. But if you click the Google Maps app, it can show you places you went months ago. Shout out to the Lambs. Yes, it does. You are 100% right about that. And I mean, we're already being followed. Don't get me wrong. We're already being followed and traced and everything else with our cell phones. But I think with this one, people feel like it's more eerie because not only being followed, now you can be contacted. And somebody can tell you now that you're forced to stay home, period. You sat on the bus next to some man that you don't know from a can of paint. We don't find out he has coronavirus. Now you need to stay in self-isolation for 14 days or else. And that's the part that's the slippery slope. It's one thing if Google knows that I ate at a restaurant in damn Chinatown. Okay, Google, that's fine. But it's another thing for somebody to come into your home, to come confront you, and to basically tell you what you need to do. And that is the power that the World Health Organization is giving to these governments. So now they can forcibly make people forcibly stay quarantined in their homes for 14 days where you cannot leave. And that's what I feel like this app is ushering in. And that's the part that's just really scary to think about. Adriana Chambers says, I've been a long time tea sipper. Have you seen that COVID-19 original video on Facebook that it might have leaked from a lab in Wuhan, man-made? I talked about that from day one. I talked about 2 ways that the coronavirus could have spread. Either from the girl eating bat soup and all the wild game meat that they eat in China and the dirtiness and the uncleanliness of their wet markets. So that was one option. The other option was the laboratory that was built in Wuhan back in 2017, where the people of Wuhan were, rioting and really upset at the government. Like, why would y'all put a biolab here? What if something leaks out? Because the biolab in Wuhan, they study some of the most deadliest pandemics, viruses, and pathogens in the world. So it wasn't any type of biolab. This was one that studied the deadliest forms. So I could definitely see it being man-made. Definitely see it being man-made. Especially with everything that's happened since then. Especially with everything that's been ushered in and all this stuff that we've gone through globally. Because again, think outside of yourself. This is not an American issue and it's not a Chinese issue. This is a global issue. And the way things are getting, even crazier and scarier. And the way a lot of people are mad at China and feel like China is to blame. I could see this pandemic leading into something even more serious. And I don't really want to go there, but I can see it leading into something even more serious, especially with the mistreatment of the Africans. And a lot of people in Africa are tired of the Chinese takeover that's been going on for about the past 5 to 6 years in Africa. I can see this leading to something bigger and more global, just in my opinion. Ida Condane says, Andrew Yang's concern was AI and reason for universal income. He was on Joe Rogan discussing it. Interesting points, ideas. My favorite tea on your site is the mint chocolate. Thanks, T, for the discussions, laughter, and hilarious voiceovers. Thank you so much for coming through. And the mint chocolate is one of my favorite teas as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, I definitely understood his points about doing the universal basic income because of automation. Because like I've been telling y'all for like the past few weeks, automation is being ranked up now. They're ranking it all the way up because they want automation to be seen as a good thing. And I'm not saying that all automation is bad. But again, if we're going to be so dependent on robots and automation, where does that lead the regular man and woman? Where does that lead them as far as taking care of their families and getting money and getting a paycheck? So that's why they're trying to usher in the universal basic income, and they're going to do it under the guise of automation and, it's going to help you. But to me, it's communism wrapped up in a pretty bow. Baby Jane says, hey, T, I totally agree. If tracking a deadly virus was that deep, why haven't they done this with HIV/AIDS? I love that question. It's the truth. That is so true. Because, maybe not as much now, but back in the day, if you got AIDS, it was a death sentence. Except for Magic Johnson, honey. Many other people done died. So why didn't they do all this, for HIV? Let us know who in the communities out here with the, spreading the virus. It's funny, like I said, that all of this stuff is happening with this particular virus. And that's why at this point, I'm giving COVID-19 the super side eye. Fuck being a super spreader. I'm giving it the super side eye. Because to me, it just doesn't make any sense. We've dealt with many viruses. Like you said, HIV, AIDS, Ebola, the common cold, the regular flu, MERS, SARS. How come none of that have ushered in the changes that COVID-19 is steadily trying to usher in? And that's the part that just makes you like really think that this is like way, way deeper. This is way deeper. I've never seen a virus shut down the entire economy. Do you know that right now, the economy has not been this bad since the Great Depression? This is the worst that the U.S. economy has ever been. The Great Depression. Also right now, like I posted yesterday on Instagram, the suicide prevention hotline, their call volume has jumped like 200-300%. It's that bad. With people just depressed, they're in their homes. And you got to realize not everybody has like a home with family. Some people, that's all they have is everybody got that one weirdo at work. Like their work is their everything because they don't have nothing else going on at home. So imagine that person at work. They're the first ones there. They think they're the manager, even though they're not. But that's all they have is their job, is their coworkers. And now they've been subjugated to sitting at home for the past month. So it's driving a lot of people crazy. It's taking a toll on people's mental health. That's why I said last night, make sure you check on your so-called strong friends. Because sometimes it's your strong friends. They're so used to putting on a brave face and a brave facade for others that they neglect themselves. So make sure you're checking on everybody close to you, even if you're not that close to them. It's not hard to, send somebody a quick message, a quick text, a quick phone call. You ain't doing nothing else. I think so. We all need to check on each other because, the suicide rates are going up. So, yeah, this virus is really scary. So I've been out here for an hour and 6 minutes. I'm going to get ready to jump off. Let me read these last few super chats here. Patricia Kelman says, hey, T, keep up the good work. Thank you for speaking facts. You are more than welcome. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Nico Dallas says, T, tell me why my stimulus check came and my rent said, got him? What? Wow. So you got your stimulus check and the rent man was like, hand it over. I heard that they were sending out the checks and some people had gotten them. But it's a lot of stipulations for some other people and it's going to take a while. But my thing is, not trying to complain. I'm not getting a stimulus and I don't expect one. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. So I would never want to take from somebody who really needs it. But my thing is, I see other countries like Canada where they're literally paying people's incomes, like, giving like $2,000 to $3,000 a month, rent freezes, electricity freeze. Like they're doing so much in like other countries to really help alleviate people's financial worries. And all we've done is sent a one-time check. And for the most part, you'll probably end up having to pay the damn check back. So it's just it's like, how far do they think that check is going to go? Because most people's rent, let's keep it real, is about $1,200 and more. So that's the part that's just like, it's, it's really frightening because her stimulus check is all the way gone. So now what does she do for groceries? What does she do for other, necessities? Dancing with Wolves sent $10. Dancing with Wolves says, I wouldn't be surprised if China let us slip out on purpose to control their population, but I didn't expect it to go this far, and now they're like the ops. That's the truth. I don't think anybody expected it to get this bad. And I remember watching everything play out, back in January and February, just, on all these Chinese message boards. I don't read a lick of Chinese, honey. But I'm like looking at the videos and people are sending me stuff. And, like I said, I feel like we've just totally switched places. Before it was China going through it and then Italy and now, it's America. Baby girl 6102 says, in South Korea, it was announced that people who violate quarantine orders will be required to wear wristbands to track their movements. Wow. I believe it. And I heard that they're going to be doing a wristband system here, possibly. I know they're working on a digital passport. And that is why, you guys, once again, they're pushing the 5G, because the 5G technology, it's not only the radiation that can get you sick, all that aside. The 5G technology is very, very fast. It's one of like the most super fast, what we have right now, right, for internet and all that stuff. And that's what's going to basically help keep all of this afloat. The digital passport, the contact tracing, the drones. Let's not forget, they're starting to condition us to get used to drones. We saw these drones. They can, do facial recognition. They were spying on the citizens in China, telling them to go home. They shouldn't be outside. Then you guys seen those drones that were, flying around Dubai. I had posted those videos on Instagram. And those drones spoke several languages. They spoke, all types of languages, telling people to go home. And then I've had people tell me that they've seen drones in Cali. So all of that has to be controlled with something. And that's where the 5G comes in. That 5G is going to be used to usher in a bunch of stuff besides people getting sick and radiation and cancer. Let's see here. The Real Melancholy says, I didn't believe individual sexual health equates to a virus that may transfer simply from a surface contact and air droplets. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Sabrina Venezuela says, what were your thoughts on the David Icke interview? David Icke is cool. I've listened to him off and on for several years, and he makes a lot of good points. I don't agree with everything David Icke says. So I'm not like a David Icke sheep. I can't get with the whole reptilian thing. I get it, but I can't get into the whole reptilian thing. But as far as the coronavirus, he did make a lot of good points. And there were some things in there that I did not agree with. But the fact that they have banned the video off of YouTube lets me know that he made some points in that 2-hour interview, because I watched the full thing when it first came out on YouTube. And before YouTube snatched it down, it had close to 2 million views. So what I find funny is that YouTube snatching it down, and then when they try to re-upload it, they banned it. So now if anybody tries to re-upload it, it's automatically banned. It will not play. It's automatically banned worldwide. So now what they've done, they've given, legitimacy to everything that David Icke was saying. So, like I said, even though I may not agree 100% with what was being said, he did make a lot of really good points that definitely made my ears perk up. And then once YouTube started tripping and snatching him down and taking down the interview, that let me know that he was hitting on some real stuff. Let's see here. Tia Boo says, I wasn't going to clean up my kitchen tonight, but you going live got me up and moving. Thanks for not only entertaining me, but informing me as well. You are very welcome, and I'm glad that I could get you motivated to clean the kitchen. I do the same thing when I watch other people's live streams or podcasts. That's when I get to cleaning and, putting stuff up. So I'm glad I was able to do that for you. All right, so this is the last super chat I'm going to read. Black Diamond says, if it comes to war with China, who is down to join the military? Nobody looking to pay rent and bills. I don't know. I don't do military, honey. I mean, they tried to recruit me when I was in high school. Like, oh, you should join the military. I was like, girl, bye. I'm like 110 damn pounds soaking wet. I ain't joining nobody's damn military. Can barely damn run. I'm not built for it tough. I'm sorry. But shout out to all the people who are. Shout out to all our military. We don't take you for granted. There's some badass chicks in the military. I just know, I'm the type of person, I'm very self-aware. I'm never going to fool myself or think that I'm bigger than what I am or stronger than what I am, okay? So me and the military, we won't mix. That's just not for me. But for those who are military, built and tough, thank y'all for y'all services. Very much appreciated. So on that note, you guys, we got one more super chat. Charmaine says, sending love all the way from New Zealand. Love you and love your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. Shout out to Alexandria 83012 says, finally caught alive. Stay safe. Love your work. So thank you guys so much. We got close to 10,000 people in here tonight. So thank you all for joining me, coming through. Hope you guys, end up leaving with a lot of information, things that you may have not known before, and now you guys do know. I think we had a really good discussion tonight. Everything from Karrueche to, this nanotechnology. And I'm glad that tonight the stream went off without a hitch. So that's what I was trying to tell somebody in my comment section of the last video, that I'm not doing anything different. I literally just turn on my system and that's it. Anytime that there's issues and glitches and just stuff that, like with the audio and just, that shit is YouTube. I cannot control that. That's why I told myself, I'm not stressing myself no more. When I do these live streams, if they want to work properly and with no issues, great. If they want to glitch and act up, I'm just going to go through the stream like there's nothing happening, because what happens is on the playback, everything plays back like there was no issues. So that's how I'm looking at it now. But tonight we had a smooth stream. We didn't have no issues. So again, what was difference between tonight and what we were talking about last week or the week before? So it's just YouTube. They be on some funny stuff. So anyways, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Give me just a moment. So thank you guys once again for joining me, and I will see you guys later. I'll probably try and have some videos out, if not tomorrow, by Tuesday. I'll work on some content. So thanks again. I'll talk to y'all later. Happy Easter. Have a good evening. Bye.